Hey, here's a quick, easy lesson on how to find all of the chords in a major scale progression. I'll go ahead and use this in the key of G, nice simple key. And what I'm establishing here is just a pattern to put into your mind. You don't necessarily play these forms of these chords. For instance, a G chord usually sounds better open, but I'm going to use the E form of the G chord. Looks like this. And I'll use the A form of the C chord. And I'll use the A form of the D chord. Now, in any major key, the 1, the 4, and the 5 are the most common chords you're going to hear. So in this little diagram here, I'll show you real quick the 1, the 4, and the 5. If you notice, those have a real, it's kind of like an L shape. I'm going to try to use geometric shapes here so you can just use this in any key, really. You'll see that the 1, once you find the 1, the 4 is directly below it, and the 5 is right next to it. So 1, 4, 5, 4, 1. It's that easy. What you'll need to know, in every major progression, there's going to be 3 major chords and 3 minor chords. So we've just covered the 3 major chords are the 1, the 4, and the 5. The 3 minor chords, just like that L-shaped pattern, they fit just the other way. And you'll see the 2, the 3, and the 6 will be right next to the 1, 4, 5. So if the 1, 4, and 5 were here, then the 2, the 3, and the 6 will be right here. Now I've just played those again in the E form. That's an A minor in the E form, a B minor in the E form, and an E minor in the A form. So one thing you want to notice in this pattern that they've interlocked together, and I'll show that to you again right here. Okay. What we're missing, we've got 6 chords now in the major key, and we're missing one more, and it's the 7. Well, in the key of G, for instance, you have Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. That's the 7 right there, which is also found right here. Well, if you build a triad on that 7, you're going to get a diminished chord, which is not that useful. Most composers will flat it. So for instance, in the key of G, it'll become an F, and they'll play a major, F major. And so a lot of times you'll be playing along in G. That chord, the F major, will show up in that key occasionally, depending on the song, depending on the writer. So using this pattern, you don't necessarily have to know what the chords are that you're going to play, but if you're in the key of, for instance, well, we'll use C. For instance, the key of C, you know that that's the 1, the 4 is right below it, the 5 is right next to it, and if you know that L shape, then you know that the 2 is right there, the 3 is right here, and the 6 is right here. And if you know that, then you know that the 7, flat 7, is right there. So I don't even know, without actually stopping and thinking, what those chords actually were, but I do know that if I'm in the key of C, those chords are going to show up. So that's just a real quick, fast, and easy way of finding, on the fly, all of the chords in a major progression for whatever key you're playing in, as long as it's a major key. One of the most wonderful examples of using all of the chords in a song I've found is in the Little Wing, the chord progression. It's really cool because you play it and you think it's an E minor, but if you look at it, it's actually G major. You're playing, remember in G major, the 6 was an E minor. So this progression is really cool because it goes with the 6, which the E minor, remember I told you, you don't always play all the chords in those positions that I showed you, but they're a great reference for your mind. So for instance, an E minor can be played right there. So that's the 6, and it moves to the 1, then it moves to the 2, back to the 6. I'll play it right there. Then it goes to the 3, to the 2, back to the 1. Here's where the 7 comes in, right there. 4. That's the 5. That's the 6. Another cool thing. So now that you know majors and minors, keep in mind that some of the minors, like the 2, can be played as a minor 7. So just remember that you can flavor the chords that you're playing. For instance, another one in G, if I played 1, 6, 3, to 5. Okay, I'm going to make that a little jazzier by playing the 1 as a major 7. I'll play the 6 as a minor 7. I'll play the 3 and the 2 as minor 7s. I'll play the 5 as a major 7. So it'll sound like this. Throw a little flair in there as well. But anyways, that was all based off of the 1, 4, 5 and the 2, 3, 6. So anyways, hope that hopefully you can find some other chords in other keys real easily with that lesson.